Hello, people. Welcome back to another video. Oh, that sounds peaky. Does it sound peaky to anyone else? I'm not sure if it does or not. If it's a bit loud, do let me know. But City have just what's going on here? Is it sound all right? A bit peaky through my headphones, but a bit crackly maybe. Is that any better? There we go. I think that sounds a bit better. Guys, welcome back to another video. Manchester City in the Fan View Live 6-1 against Bournemouth. That was an awful lot of fun. An awful lot of fun. Let's put it that way. City were absolutely sensational. They really were. Like, honestly, the quality of City's football today at times is just remarkably good. The kind of thing you want to see from a City side. A lot of it was built around, of course, Jeremy Doku being just a brilliant, wonderful footballer. It really was a masterclass of Manchester City football. Doku, of course, 4 assists, Bernardo Silva, a couple of goals, Phil Foden, Ake, and Akanji as well with the others there. Doku, of course, got one himself. Just stupidly good. Oscar Bob got an assist. What more can you ask for? Hopefully, Erling Haaland's all right. I haven't seen the latest yet. If there's any news from Pep, I'll actually just check the quotes from Guardiola, see if there's anything. Oh, it's okay. He's okay. It's everyone stand down. It's okay. I got the news for you. He's okay. Guardiola said twisting the ankle. We didn't want to take risks with him. He didn't feel comfortable. He'll be back maybe Tuesday, but maybe next Sunday. Fine. He's out for the young boys game. Maybe he's going to rest and he's going to be absolutely okay. So that is all we needed to hear there. Guardiola, of course, that's reassuring. Nathan Ake had this to say about Doku. He said he was fantastic. His personality and he works hard. He's a good guy. He gets on with everyone. He's not shy to show his abilities. He wants to take everyone on. Even in training, he's so difficult to mark and he's going to be important. Just a little bit, man. Just a little bit. So this is, of course, the Fan View Live where I chat to some of you guys. If you're a patron or you're a member, you know the links. You'll be able to find them in the description of this video. Of course, if you're watching this video and you drop me a DM as well if you want to chat on Twitter. I can see what I can do if not. But anyway, I'm going to go over to Keval. He's been waiting patiently already. An absolute legend, that is Keval. I'm going to add you, mate. Fingers crossed this works fine. Keval, my man, how are you doing today? Are you at work by any chance?
Yeah, I'm just at work. I work on the weekend, but there's no one here.
Look at this, man. Keval's just like, whatever. It worked for me. He's just watching City videos.
Exactly.
You send your data analyst or something like that.
I was watching the game, eating lunch, just chilling.
Good day at work today? Has everything been all right?
Yeah. Nothing much has happened. Weekend, we just keep the the things running, the facility. Yeah. So someone has to be on site just to make sure nothing bad happens. But what a
so basically, you're
game,
sat around watching a Jeremy Doku masterclass, mate.
Exactly,
and getting paid to do it. What a time! What a time to be alive. What's your feelings after that game today?
Really good game, man. I was expecting like a big result today. I just thought, it's Bournemouth. They're not doing really well. We're at home, pretty much full squad. We're back in form, and we got a big result today after a while. Like a lot of goals, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a big result, 6-1, of course. You never know if it's going to be a difficult 2-1 or a 2-0 or 1-0, whatever. Right. And I expected a win today, and I probably would have predicted a big win, if it got around to my preview. But it's never easy to beat any team 6-1. It doesn't matter, because they're professionals and so on. And of course, Pep made a few changes, but. And 20 minutes into that first half, I think I tweeted saying we need a little bit of spark here, and of course Jeremy Doku took that personally, and that happened. How impressed were you by Jeremy Doku today? Like, where does that stand for you in the ranks of Manchester City performances? Because 4 assists, 1 goal, just electric. Man, he got a 10 out of 10 on Score for Score, which is just remarkable.
I mean, we've all already seen him dribbling just wonderfully. He did it against United. He did it against young boys. Just wonderful dribbler. And today he showed like a different style of him. He was more direct, more involved in the final pass rather than just dribbling, laying off to someone else or trying to take a shot. But today he's just way more involved with the final pass, with creating not just on himself. Like early in the couple of West Ham games, he would always just cut in and take a shot. And some of those shots, he scored a goal through that, like those curler shots, like the finish in the bottom corner. So today he just showed a different style of him. Like I can dribble and I can pass the ball after.
He definitely can dribble, mate. He really can, and that's the thing is today he He didn't feel like a lot of what made him brilliant today came from his dribbling, if that makes sense. Like obviously there was great dribbling involved, but
The second
usually,
goal.
yeah, exactly, yeah, and but it felt like he was creating space as opposed to trying to beat his man. And the
Mhm.
first goal was just, well, he reminded me of Eden Hazard. I know that's a really lazy comparison because he's Belgian or so on, but he was. It's the way he darted around the corner, played a 1-2, and first time shot. There was Eden Hazard, there wasn't much dribbling
Yeah.
there, more just incisive running. And then, of course, the assist, we'll talk it through, assist for Bernardo Silva. He drifted inside once again, sort of picked up the ball, played, I think it was Walker, got the ball back from Walker, and then that was the way he created a bit of space. But
The
then,
second goal or the first goal for Bernardo?
the first goal I went about, yeah, like when
Yeah,
he, and
yeah,
then
yeah. I
the
think he
way,
cut it. Yeah, Walker played him outside and then just dribbling uh, back and forth, back and
the
forth
thing
against
is, like a lot
defender.
of dribblers, they're obsessed with beating the man, and he wasn't trying to
Yeah.
beat his man there. He was trying to make space, wasn't he? And the smartness to pick out the pass as well, perfectly weighted. Perfectly
Mhm.
weighted pass to Bernardo Silva, bottom corner, of course. Third assist was obviously lucky, but he made that look, look with himself with the long range
Right.
goal. And then the fourth one, mate, like I didn't know he had that to his game. Like that was a De Bruyne pass, right?
Yeah, yeah. Wonderful, like just 40 yards, just right with the perfect weight. It's like having one of Rodri or KDB making that pass. It's just wonderful to
I
see
honestly did not
the
know
directness as
he
well.
could be this good. Like I knew he was gonna be really good, but it's the
Yeah.
variety, the variety. And I don't mean that in a reductive, like criticizing him kind of way. I just don't think. I think he's getting better. Yeah, I think he is getting
Yeah.
better. Like I watched
He's only
highlights of him.
21.
Yeah, and like I watched highlights of him a lot, and I didn't see passes like that. Like that last pass, I just didn't see that in these compilations and so on. Maybe because I wasn't watching full 90 minutes or whatever. But I, how do you deal with? I know it's lazy, but Jack last week excellent, Doku this week excellent. Is it just a case of rotating him now?
Yeah, I mean, I think Doku can even play on the right. So, the second goal that we scored today came from the right side of him, just dribbling past, or not really dribbling past the
Yeah,
defender, just cutting him inside and passing off to Bernardo. So he can play. And for Belgium, I used to watch Belgium a lot because I
yeah.
supported Kevin. And I would watch him coming on and just being really quick and being really decisive, even on the right side of Belgium. So, yeah, maybe we could see one day Foden in the middle, Grealish on the left, Doku on the right,
Yeah,
Haaland as the focal point. Maybe Alvarez sits one out. Um,
I'm not being
or
rude laughing at you here, by the way. I'm laughing at this
yeah,
small
no
thing down
worries.
there.
I thought you were just excited about
Isn't that like the
the game.
cutest reveal ever of a person? I just like Nicola. I remember attic, so I heard a little hands crawl upstairs, and I saw hands emerge and a tiny face look around my desk at me. Ruben, come up
Is
here,
he
mate.
doing good?
He's good, yeah. He was at A&E yesterday actually, because he was breathing fast, and we were panicking about him having. But the cow pulse fixed him, and he's got a bit of flu. How are you,
We'll
mate?
see.
And he was very excited. Do you know what? Jeremy Docky was so good today that I'm convinced he's making Ruben walk. Ruben was bouncing around the room today, wasn't he? With a bit of
He's
energy
ready
in
to
him.
kick a ball, man. He's ready
Yeah,
to kick a
yeah.
ball.
He is, mate. Bernardo Silva, by the way, he was good, wasn't he, as well? Like the
Yeah.
quality that's like, oh, that was Messi, wasn't it? Watching Leo Messi.
It's just like, the quality of the players. He should have been top 3 in Ballon d'Or anyways.
That
Like,
one Portuguese guy voted for him, and that
yeah,
Portuguese
I
guy's
saw
right,
that.
wasn't he? I reckon, yeah. Ruben, you're going to have to go downstairs, mate. Is that all right? I'm chatting to Keval here. We're having a nice chat.
No
Keval's,
worries.
this is
I
the
enjoyed
ultimate
him.
slacking, by the way. Keval's at work, not doing any work in the empty office. I'm there streaming with my son just before. This is the ultimate slacking here. I love it from both of
Right.
us. Anything else you want to add about the game before I get over to Scott, mate?
Yeah, just hopefully Newcastle don't concede at all. They haven't conceded since the Liverpool game in August. So hopefully Arsenal, go away.
Go away, Arsenal. Keval, it's a pleasure chatting to you as always, mate.
You
Enjoy
too,
the rest
man.
of your shift. Looks like
You
you're
too.
you're struggling there, so I'll let you get
Yeah.
back to work. Catch you in a bit, mate. See you
All
later.
right.
Top bloke, Keval. Wonderful stuff as always. Sorry for the Ruben. Just basically, he's at the stage of his life where he just wants to crawl upstairs. So you can't. Literally, you can't stop him. You can't stop him, but why would you? He's adorable. I'm gonna get over to Scott, who's waiting patiently in the background. Scott Denemy, big Denemy energy. How are you, my friend, over in Detroit today on this fine Saturday? I can't hear you.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear me
Oh, I
again?
can. There you go. There you go. There you go.
There
Can
we
hear you now.
go. There we go. I don't know. Sometimes I guess my mic has that lag. It did last time too. It's
Yeah.
cold in Detroit.
Is it? It's
say the
cold here,
least.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but
How
it's
cold are you
good.
talking? How cold are you talking? We have
Uh,
to get a translator out here
I
for the
don't know. I
temperatures.
haven't
You
gone
got to say a
outside
number
yet
that I don't
today.
understand.
Uh,
Detroit
I'll
weather.
try and
I
translate
only
it
know in
for you.
Celsius. 12. That's pretty average. That's a
Oh,
standard
it's actually
Manchester mid.
not too bad. Okay, so it's warmed up a little bit. I haven't been outside today. Yesterday it was cold,
No, I
but
mean
I'm
it's
probably
cold
going
enough to
out.
make you go like, oh, I've put the coat on today. To be fair, no,
Yeah,
I've
it was
seen
like
some bits where it
30
says like
today.
6, 6, 7. Yeah, that's 6, 7 degrees, that's pretty low. To be fair, a good day though, man. What have you been up to today? I'm in the city.
Just woke up, made some breakfast, watched City, and
Oh god, the time,
here
isn't
I
it?
am. Yeah, it was 11 when the
Okay.
game started, 11 a.m. I slept in for the first time in a while. My sister had a kid the other day, and
Oh,
I was
congrats. Are you an
super
uncle now then?
excited for that. Yeah, it was my fourth
Oh, you're fourth. Okay,
nephew, fourth nephew. So
amazing.
got
Oh,
a
bless.
bunch
Is
of
he good? Is he
nephews.
well?
Yeah, yep, they're both doing good, but I've been excited about that and
Oh, beautiful.
been up a bunch, so
And then of
getting
course
some
the
sleep.
icing on the cake today, that performance. What did you make of it?
It was brilliant. I mean, can't ask for much more than that. Besides, I guess a clean sheet, but hey, that happens. So I'm not gonna be upset about that. I think we played well.
Yeah, of
I think we
course. Yeah,
played really well.
really good. And of course everyone's talking about Doku. Bernardo Silva. Quick word about him. Yeah, that was a mild masterclass from Bernardo Silva as well, wasn't it? Amongst the Doku noise.
Yeah. No, I think he's really, one of the main it's I don't even know how to describe it. I wish he was super young, but I mean, he's just one of those players that like there's so many times where he was like playing in line with like the back four and they just give him free roam and the way that he does it, I mean, I saw a heat map for him the other day and it was insane. For like the position that he was playing, he was like everywhere on the field had a spot for his heat map. And it's like to be in that area of the field so much that you at least have a little bit of a heat spot on it is like crazy. I
It's
was
like
like,
total
what
football
in
stuff,
the
isn't it?
world? Oh, he's he's unreal. I mean, that's why everybody loves him too, because if you watch him just like outside of when he's just with the ball, he's always moving. That's how he gets that. He's everywhere. So yeah, I think he's one of the people who really glues the team together.
Do you think there's
Um,
any chance he stays, man? Because I need him to. Like he's getting better. He feels he's getting better. Like I know he's got that release clause apparently. Do you reckon he just thinks, you know what? I'll just stay. I'll just stay at City. I'm not going anywhere. I've got the new contract. Allegedly got the release clause. To me, he feels sort of irreplaceable at the moment. Like more than most, I would say. Yeah, because of the variety to his game. Do you share that view or?
Yeah, no, I mean, as a City player, I would love him to stay. I think he loves it here. I think his teammates, I feel like he's very much a seems like a very like myself unemotional type person. So I feel like he like enjoys being with his team, and I feel like at the end of the season, it's always just tough for him to kind of say goodbye to those guys.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't really imagine how like I feel like it's hard for everybody, but especially for somebody like him, I feel like he would especially have a hard time saying goodbye. And I think if things are going well, it's always hard to say I'm gonna go try something else, and the fear of not being successful.
Yeah, well, the thing is as well. I mean, we've got the Gundogan precedent now as well. Like Gundogan, the quotes coming out from a few days ago where he's apparently not comfortable at Barcelona. He's not enjoying it really because he expected a little bit more. Um, you do wonder, if you'll see that about something. Maybe just a couple more years at City. Tell him in my 30s, then go back to Benfica, go home basically. After that, and I do wonder if he'd be tempted because the grass isn't always, it isn't always green on the other side, is it, in football? And this City side, I think it's warmed up quite nicely, Scott. In terms of I think you can see signs at this City side, like Pep's getting him going and finding this season's identity a little bit. Do you feel like you're seeing signs of what City are going to be for the rest of the season right now?
Yeah, not just the rest of the season, but you can really just see the identity of this club overall.
Yeah,
I think that's starting to show through the academy players that are starting to play more often, as well as just how the players that we've brought in have been playing with us for, I mean, however long. But I mean, I think it's more of an identity club wise, just not season wise. And you can see the way that we're recruiting people. I think they talk about it with, if you see a lot of the pundits talk about like Manchester United and stuff, it's just like it doesn't seem like there's a plan whenever they're going to buy something. It's like, let's go try and get a shiny thing and put it in a spot. And for us, it's more, we really look for somebody who matches the like qualities that we need
Yeah.
in the style of play that we have in our club. I think that we're doing a really good job of it, and that's kind of where I see like
Just a
Bernardo
little bit,
Silva.
yeah.
I can't see Bernardo Silva playing somewhere else. They're just gonna stick him somewhere, and like he can't. They like other teams don't play football like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but
No, I get it, man. Like, I think that's ultimately, he's building a bit of a like these players are building legacies here, and they're playing at the peak. This is the peak. City right now at the peak of football, and that sounds crazy to say out loud, but it's genuinely true.
no,
Treble
yeah,
winning side, and well, look, we're only a month away from the Club World Cup as well, which we could be world champions, which is crazy to say out loud. Something I never cared about, but I do now. Now as a City fan and whatever, we're there. But and yeah, I think you're right on that as well. In terms of like, of course, the rest of the league and so on. Like, I think we are, of course. De Bruyne was there watching today. Like him coming back into the side, things look pretty confident, don't they, man? Because I feel pretty good. We obviously Spurs doing well, and you've got Newcastle and Arsenal happening right now, which will be interesting to see how that goes. But are you pretty confident for the rest of the season, like in terms of what we can achieve, and what do you think we can achieve this season?
yeah, you know me. Yeah,
Yeah, of course you
yeah,
are. I don't
no,
even know why I asked, you know what I mean? But you're good. Get everyone else
yeah.
initiated into just got hype.
No, I think like you said, like I honestly think when we look back on it in like 10, 15, 20 years, this is going to be one of the best clubs ever. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to be talked about one of the greats. I mean,
In the way they
in the
talk about
modern,
Barca in the 2009s, that kind of thing.
yeah. No, I mean, the amount that we're winning this, like the amount of goals that we're scoring, the type of football that we're playing, like it's beautiful football. I mean, when you're passing, I mean, some people don't like, I get some people like different styles, but to me, like that's what I loved. I loved watching Messi, Iniesta, like all that stuff growing up. Like that's if you're playing football, you watch that to get better. I mean, like that's how you hone your craft and become a better player. You have to watch people like that. Um, I don't know. Just to me, that's what I always thought was the best style and made the most sense on how to win a game, kind
What
of
is
thing.
Jeremy Doku's ceiling? How good can he be, man? Like, people were talking about a potential. I don't
Yeah,
know. How far can he go?
I think I think a great comparison is Hazard. That's I mean, just the style. I mean, Hazard is an amazing player, and I definitely don't think obviously he's there yet, but I think, the way that he plays, or what was it? Did you say Iron
Ribery?
Robin or Ribery or even Iron
Yeah, yeah.
Robin? Robin a
Even
little bit
Robin's a
too.
bit of that too. You're like the electric wingers and stuff.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I could see him getting to that level if he continues on the trajectory that he's on. For sure, 100%.
It's one of those things where, yeah, he's just showing so much, isn't it? Not to take him too seriously. Like, he's not just like, there's so many players that are just dribblers. Like, I remember people comparing to Adama Traore when he joined. I was like, I don't like Adama Traore simply because I think he's nothing to his game other than just running past people. And but Doku has so much more than that. And I think you're right. I think he can hopefully with time reach that pantheon of greats. I think hope he could. 21 years old, playing for possibly the best side in the world. Balling, being wonderful. Scott, it's a pleasure, man. As always, I'm going to jump over to William if that's okay. But thank you so much
Yeah,
for joining me. As
thank
always, have a
you.
lovely day, mate. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
You
Hope
too.
it gets a bit warmer.
Yep,
See you
bye.
later, Scott. Bye-bye. Top bloke, Scott, as always. Absolute legend. I'm going to go to William. If you're ready, I'll go to you right now. Hello, mate. How you doing? You good?
Yes, I am. I'm just really happy. I hope you can hear it and everything is okay.
Have we chatted before? I'm not sure if we have we?
No,
we haven't.
no.
Where are you calling from?
I live Denmark. I live home
Nice.
with my parents, but I'm
Denmark?
home alone. So, there is so much to talk about when it comes to City. Like, I think, I think that Jeremy Doku is just amazing. He is, and he's just amazing. And I think he has come to City at the right moment. So now Pep can, like a sculptor, just chisel him into a to a total Pep player.
Have you? I mean, did you honestly? And I don't think I did. Did you honestly expect this level of immediacy from Jeremy Docker? You know, like were you expecting something a little bit different, or had you heard much about him before? Because I think we're all a bit divided how much we knew about him.
The only thing I really heard about was the lack of goal. He had a Reims, like he was a great dribbler, but his lack of goals. So
yeah,
I didn't expect him to come out of the gate scoring. But so that's just great.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and like, it's apparently there were signs towards the end of last season that his end product was improving a little bit, but he'd been around for such a long time that people were questioning it a tiny bit. But there is, to me, the thing that I'm excited about William is he's really obviously an intelligent footballer. Like you can tell that he's a sponge, you know, absorbing all the information from Pep, and it feels to me that he's already better from his debut. Do you sense that as well? Do you think I feel like he's already, you know, a couple of months with Pep Guardiola, he just seems like a more confident, well-rounded player already. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think. And I think that when it comes to Jeremy Doku, Jack Grealish, I really think it comes down to a game to which side we are playing, because Jeremy Doku is great when they have five in the back and just sitting behind the ball. I think he's great to create the space and open up. But when we need more control, like in the United game, I think Jack Grealish's skill set is more suited to that style of play.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice sort of problem to have, isn't it? It's perfect because I think it's fair to say that I do think they'll both make each other better. I think they will do. I think they have no choice but to make Jack has to play better because Jeremy Doku is absolutely electric, and I think he will do. I think he'll rise to it. And the thing is, we know about Jack Grealish is that he's going to be buzzing for Jeremy Doku because he's such a good guy. You know, there's going to be no toxicity. They're going to be really supportive of each other. Of course, away from Doku, William, did anyone else stand out for you today? Who else impressed about the performance?
Bernardo Silva is just. Can we just lock him to a sink at the Etihad? Just
he needs to get some fresh water. Yeah,
throw away the keys because he's such an underrated player. Like I'm pretty sure that if you took, just like Roger, if you took Bernardo out of the squad, it wouldn't be the same. He is such a workhorse. He's just all over the pitch, and and he loves this club, so he just needs to stay.
No, absolutely, and like he is remarkably versatile as well. The thing is, like, you can have a game where he's playing sort of one of the holding sixes and be excellent and dictate the play. And playing the other day, he was playing like against United, a David Silva kind of role when he was, you know, overlapping Jack Grealish, getting the crosses. Today, I mean, that second goal, by the way, mate. If that was Lionel Messi against Jerome Boateng in the Champions League, you know, do you remember that Messi goal where he sat Boateng down and chipped over the keeper? He just reminded me of a Messi goal, and that was Bernardo Silva playing at his confident best. I mean, like, is he like just how good is Bernardo Silva? Is he like where does he rank in the Manchester City, you know, legends for you personally? Like, what category is he in? Is he up there with your Gundogan's and Yaya's, or is he a little bit below that? Where is he?
Yeah, I think he's up there. Of course, there are more iconic moments with Gundogan, and that's why I think he is going so much under the radar. It's like I don't think you don't see Bernardo as often as you did at Gundogan or a player like Kevin, but like he's up there.
Where does Kevin De Bruyne get back into this team when he comes, man? Like, where does he? Yeah, how do you get back in the team with De Bruyne? Like, where do you think he'll play?
That's a good question, but it's a wonderful dilemma to have. Like,
yeah,
and I trust Pep to figure it out. And this is why I always say to anyone who's panicking when we lost to Arsenal and we lost to Wolves, that was like, oh, the season is over. We are bad. We can't create anything. Like, Pep has shown time and time and time again that he will figure it out.
Yeah.
So if you write off City in November or October, what can you say? You clearly haven't paid attention to the last 5 years.
Exactly, mate. I agree wholeheartedly. Are you confident that we can retain the title again? I mean, do you feel like we're in a good position to do that? Obviously, right now, top of the table. I don't even know what score Arsenal is right now. I've not looked. How are they getting on right now? Let's have a look. Arsenal currently playing Newcastle. It's 0-0 half an hour gone. Spurs, of course, play Chelsea on Monday. How you feel about our title challenge this season?
I feel there are more competition than there have been the other. It's not a two-horse race. Like there are Liverpool, Arsenal, and Spurs. Those are those three are the what I think is the most realistic challengers. But I think that when KDB is back, and if we just get some more, maybe when we just get it right, I think we are the best team in the world. So I'm still quite confident that we are going to win the league.
That's a wonderful way to end this little chat, William. Thank you so much. We are the best team in the world. It's been a pleasure chatting to you, mate. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful rest of your day, mate. Thank you so much. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Top luck, William, and thank you for joining me all the way from Denmark. I'm going to Omolemo, who's waiting patiently as always. Omolemo, my man, how are you doing
What's
today?
up, man?
I'm
Can you
good,
hear me?
mate. I'm good. That I enjoyed that. You know, I needed that actually. I needed that. You know, sometimes you need it. You need a game of football just to kind of sort of wake you up a little bit, because I've been in a bit of a slumber today, and that was the spark I needed. What about yourself?
Oh man, I've been over the moon. Sports has been treating me very well, you know.
Over
Last
the blue moon.
week, yeah, over the blue moon. But
It's
then,
all right.
like,
You
also
set it up.
last
I
week,
finished it
South
for you.
Africa won the World Cup. They won the Rugby World Cup. So it's been
What was that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
South Africa won the Rugby World Cup.
Oh
last week,
yeah,
so-
yeah, they did, didn't they? It must be buzzing,
So
mate.
like, it's been.
Has it been a party?
It's too much. The trophy parade was also wonderful. So like, it's been lit. It's been lit. So
Amazing,
yeah,
amazing.
coming
You're
into today
eating
as
good,
well.
aren't you, man? You're eating good at the moment in the world of sport. A Derby victory, you know, Rugby World Cup, City today 6-1. What did you enjoy about today? What did you enjoy about today?
I mean, like that the guy's the highlight, you know. Not even only of our game, but then the whole league is raving about him right now. So Jeremy put in a performance for the ages, you know, one of those that are just crazy, freaky, scary.
Is this his announcement to the world today? It's like, is this? It feels to me, because obviously I know it's just Bournemouth. I get it. But every now and then you do something so brilliant that everyone remembers it. Like today, 4 assists. You know, 4 assists, 1 goal. I feel like this is the kind of moment where all of the internet turns heads and looks at Jeremy Dockey, because you get all the big people like Fabrizio Romano's tweeting about him, all the journalists are tweeting about him. He'll be match of the day tonight. He'll be the main guy. You know, they'll be talking about him on all TV. Is this his moment where the world wakes up and sees what Jeremy Dockey is capable of?
This could be the time. This could be like a turning point where, like, now people stop seeing him as that raw, young footballer, and now he's going into that type of thing. I mean, like, it has to go over a consistent period of time. I'm not saying this type of performance, but then, like, he put in a performance where now I'm also starting to think, okay, now we're going to have uncomfortable conversations. You understand? So like that's a great problem to have. I understand about comparisons and everything and appreciation, but then like, really?
It's one of those
That's
things
the thing
where
that you have to ask for yourself, because like that was great. Apart from like the dribbling and everything, the ability to pick up a pass, the acceleration to play 1, 2, 3. You're not hesitating. The person is taking shots. They're taking shots whenever they get it. Like the little bit of space that they use it. So, I mean, like Pep has on multiple times dropped a player after like a monstrous performance, like Riyad and everyone. So it'd be very interesting to see. But then like Jeremy had a very, and the thing is that it's also crazy that you know that a player is dangerous when you actually have an idea what they're going to do, but you can't stop it.
Yeah,
that's when you know that you have a problem.
Ian Robin's a great example, in my opinion. Ian Robin, where everyone was like, he's going to cut in the left foot. He still did it 20 times a season, scored. You know, like it's crazy, isn't it? When they have that, just too good, isn't it?
his acceleration is insane. The first goal, he had no right to get there before the defender. So like, but it was a crazy performance. That's all. I'm mind blowing.
How good do you think he can be genuinely? Like, as a football fan, because I wasn't sure. You just don't know until you see it, because you never know how he's going to step up to the Premier League level. But like, I don't. Is there a weakness there? Like, I just don't know if there is one. How good could he be?
I don't know. Like, he's great. He's great. Don't get me wrong. But then like, I don't see him like being a PFA player of the year or type of player that's that elite. But then like he has it in him. But then I don't know. Maybe it's because I've only seen like glimpses of him.
Yeah,
I mean, like he's played for Man City and everything. But then like maybe in my head he's still that raw type of player or stuff like that. But then like there's growth, and once you stick with Pep Guardiola, you start to like sort of just like change yourself. You're rebranding yourself in a way, and the only way is up. So like he has the talent, that's definitely for sure. But then like I don't know, I can't see him as superstar Doku, even though he has it. Like he has it. Trust me, he does. And he has the hype. He has the streets right now as well. So
that matters, man. That matters for awards. That hype.
So like his ceiling is high, but then like I don't know how high it is.
And I think it's fair, to be honest, because I think I'm more hyped about him now than I was 2 months ago, and that was based off his good early performances. Because I honestly think he's got better already. I genuinely think he's better, and it could be that he's just form. It could be that he was this good last season, for Rennes, and I haven't been paying attention. It could be, but to me, it's the thing. Like everyone's buzzing about his dribbling, blah blah blah, etc. It's his passing that I'm excited by. Like, and that is what's thrilling, because. Like, we see Mahrez make those passes, Mahrez used to make those passes every now and then where he cut in and cut it back to someone. If he can dribble like Sterling and pass like Mahrez or whatever as a winger, and and then end up getting 15, 20 goals, like, and the way he burst forward, I still think that first goal that reminded me of Eden Hazard so much. Like, I've touched on so many great wingers there, and then you think, well, if you can do that regularly. We need to see if we can do it against, obviously, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, United, whatever. We need to see that. But does he even have to do it yet? He's 21. You know what I mean? Like he's so young for, in football terms still. He's obviously not like dead young, but he's young in terms of top level football. 21 years old. He seems like a lovely guy. His temperament seems really good. I think, we could look, put it this way: if he comes to start for Man City. And people, Vinicius Jr. was up for Ballon d'Or. Like, if he comes to start for Man City and scores 15, 20 goals a season, gets 15 assists, like, why is he? He's in that conversation, surely, by default.
That's also what I realized. Like, certain things are usually just like PR based and stuff like that. That's why people can just go under the radar and stuff like that. So people like Foden, Vinny, they'll always have the backing in terms of that. So a good performance puts them up there. And then like these are the people that have to start from like the ground up and stuff. So it's actually just great. I mean, like you touched on the passing as well, like the ability to just pick off Bernardo so quick with the first pass. And you're talking about improvement. First games he couldn't link up, like certain passes that he couldn't just simple 1-2 passes at the beginning of the season, he couldn't pull that off. But then like right now he's picking them up. He's playing 1-2 touches fast in the box. He's thinking quick as well. So he's always 2 steps ahead of the defender. He's just scary, and the world is his oyster, really. So, but then like the person that stood out for me really was Bernardo.
Cool. Talk to me about him.
Bernardo's a leader.
Yeah.
And there's no playing around with it. Vinny said it once, that if he started taking himself a little bit more seriously, we could see Bernardo. Bernardo's a leader. He knows exactly what to do, when to do it. Like he's a mini Pep. Like if Pep could just put himself on the pitch, that is Bernardo Silva. In the sense that also, if Bernardo also left with the Gundos and the Riyads, we would be in very big trouble, because now it's too much of a rejig to a point where also now we need someone that's familiar with how we play.
There's a great quote here, by the way, from Guardiola. It's a long one, so everyone brace yourself. But I've got to read it all out because it's really interesting based off what you just said about him being a leader. Because Pep almost implies that he didn't think he was,
He
but
said
now
that?
he maybe is. No. But he implied that that's what he's been making to him. I'll read the quote. Guardiola said this, and it's a bit of a paragraph. He said, "What can I say about Bernardo? He can play holding midfield, attacking midfield left. He can play attacking midfield right. He can play winger. And in the first minutes when we created the problems with Kyle's overlap, you always have to delay 3, 4, 5 seconds to make the right actions. He made a good shot after a corner, and always I push him to score goals. Bernardo, the next step in your career is to score and assist. You're an unbelievable player, but you have to win games. Of course, the action for Jeremy was good, but he finished well. The last goal reminded me of Messi. I saw Leo many times in that position do that chip. He's an extraordinary player. What more can I say?" That's the end of the quote there. But when he said, "Bernardo, the next step in your career is to score assists, you're unbelievable. You have to win games." That is about being a leader, isn't it? That is about being a leader. Like the true leaders in football are the ones who win a game. You win a game for you, in my opinion. And Pep's telling him, "You're great, but you've got the ability to do that." And that goal then could be seen. You know, I talk a lot about players stepping up when others disappear. And I think Gundogan scored those goals because the team needed him to. The team need Bernardo Silva right now. Can he do it, man? Can he score a little more goals?
He definitely can. I think that's the thing that I also hate about football in a way, that in terms of midfielders, your greatness is actually based around your goals and your moments in front of the net. So like, people don't remember the 2018-19 Gundogan or the one that is stepped into holding midfielder for us, but they remember the Gundo goals that come in clutch. The memory that the Premier League will always have Gundo for was his clutch moments. The times that we also talk about Bernardo Silva as a whole league is when he goes on those bursting goal runs that, like the one, was it when he was scoring like those crazy volleys? Grealish's first season.
3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. I remember the volley against
That's the
Sheffield.
time that we start talking about everything. That's when you talk about, like, you cannot reduce Bernardo to a person that is just a dribbler and a person that has energy. That's the thing that they associate with Bernardo. Bernardo is one of those people that could be forgotten by the Premier League just because he doesn't have those big moments, just like Gundogan, or they start talking about him only when he scores. But they're like, as you said, Pep said that, but they're like, Bernardo is legit. Like, there's a journalist that voted for him to win the Ballon d'Or. He has a number 1 vote. That's when you know.
It was Portuguese, but the Portuguese journalist, but we'll ignore that bit.
I don't know.
But either way, that guy knows, man. That guy get it. But I do think you're right. You're absolutely right. But I think Pep is pushing him because he thinks he can do it. And that's the thing, is like, Pep would not push someone to do something that he didn't think he was capable of. And Pep knows, unfortunately, to be honest, the true greats do win games. The true greats. You know, the level of De Bruyne. Like, Bernardo wants to go down in history of De Bruyne and now Gundogan. Like, unfortunately, those moments do matter. And to be honest, let's be honest, it works for him because he gets more money, he gets more, I'm sure he literally gets more money from scoring goals. But it's one of those things where, like, it'd be wrong of Pep to not push him to do it, because he can do it. He can score goals. We've seen it before. And if Pep thinks he can drag a team through and score more goals, he's still brilliant. We know how much Pep loves Bernardo, so we do. He talks about how he's one of his favourite ever players. But I think it's scary that Pep's still trying to improve him. I think that's exciting.
He's asking for a 9.5 from an 8 out of 10 performance type of thing. I get you. In that sense. So, like, even like, he shocked me with today's goal, because I thought the chance was over as soon as the defender closed him down. But that hesitation and then just the chip was just incredible, in the sense that Bernardo can do whatever he wants to do. And that's the thing, like, the fact that he's also in the best way possible. He's that type of player that you need to fill positions, because he understands exactly what's required of every position.
Yeah.
That also hinders him from becoming like one of those people that can be elite, because he's always being put in different places. But then, like, he can step up, like Bayern Munich, for instance. Like
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Like, so Bernardo he is that guy, definitely. And like, for example, if like, people still remember the dribble, but then had Foden scored that goal, it would go down in history forever. But people still remember that dribble. You understand? So the world is his oyster, but then, like, leader, he screams leader to me right now, and he's important, like, really important.
I agree, man. And I think there was the quote years ago from Vincent Kompany where he said, like, he's 70% clown, 30% lead, or something like that. He said when he becomes 70% leader, 30% clown, that's when he'll be who he is. And that obviously comes with age and experience. And I agree. I think Bernardo Silva can be, he's obviously a likable, affable guy. And he's not a natural, like, Ruben Diaz captain. but you don't have to be a leader to inspire, because eventually seniority and what his CV speaks for itself, you know. And I do think he's getting to that point where you look around the dressing room and he's one of the longest there, and he Jeremy Doku and Alvarez and Phil, they look up to him because they do, you know. He's their big brother, big little brother, but still he's their big brother still, you know. Like, and he's one of those things where Bernardo, he's a legend. He's an absolute legend. And I don't hold against him wanting Sonia climates. Again, you have a short life and you want to live. I don't take that personally.
Hopefully, he just wants to settle down with his family now. He's little.
Well,
hopefully.
look, speaking from experience, it's tough being a dad, so it's wonderful. But I wouldn't be surprised if eventually, like, I can't be bothered moving a baby. I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to stay. I hope. Give him sleepless nights, baby. So he wants to stay. He can't be asked moving, and that's what I need. That's what I need. Little. I don't know what his kid's called, but either way, I'm sure City will be signing them up already. I just look, great quote from Guardiola by Doku, by the way. He said he's not just a player for 1-on-1. What? Bloody hell, massive firework then. It scared the hell out of me. He said he's not just a player for 1-against-1 or 1-against-2. He surprised all of us. He's a great footballer. He reads every action for exactly what he has to do. That last line, by the way, he reads every action for exactly what he has to do. That is the Pep cosign. That is the Pep cosign, isn't it?
Exactly. That is the Pep cosign. You said that he was a cheeky signing?
Yes. Well, Pep said, he said, yeah, he surprised all of us. Pep, there's a quote from about a month ago where Pep said he didn't know much about him. He knew he was a good dribbler, but he didn't expect him to be this complete because Cheeky recommended him. So Pep obviously looked at him when, yeah, he's good, go for it. But I don't think he wasn't on Pep's list. You know, it was a cheeky one, and Cheeky was right. So fair play to Cheeky, man.
And that's the thing. If you're talking about that, like the Doki that we used to have in our brain was just that incredible dribbler and stuff like that. But then, like, he's showing us that there's also some. He has a football brain in a way that it's also quick and so fast, Steve, that to a point where, like, those teams that sit back have no choice but to come to him, and he's already figured it out. I don't know how, but then those are the type of footballing minds that are very important in a footballing game. And he could be that lock that opens up those teams that sit back every time. And he manages to get those crosses in to Haaland in the back post, and there's so many people inside the box.
Yeah.
He's got everything.
What a player, man. What a player. And what a time to be alive as City fans. What's your temperature check in the season so far? How are you feeling about our chances in the competitions? Are you feeling comfortable where we're going?
Yeah, it's great. The thing is that I'm not thinking about it so much.
I know,
I'm starting to think like Pep now, game by game and stuff like that, as long as we're there. But then also the thing is that I have so much confidence in my team that it's also scary because, like, I just look forward to the game, and to a point where, like, we have super athletes experience now, and it's just great to have so many players that are so mature at a young age as well, that are so talented. And I'm just enjoying football. Are we going to win any? But are we going to win everything? That's very difficult to do. But I'm just enjoying everything. I'm just looking forward to the Club World Cup. I just want to different experiences now. But then, like, the team is a well-oiled machine, and that's thanks to Pep and everything.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I think that's the exact way to view it. And I always talk about enjoying it because it won't last forever. This level of it will be good for a long time, but football doesn't keep you top forever because football doesn't do that to anyone. You know, so it's a lovely way to end it, man. Thank you so much, Omolemo. It's been a pleasure chatting to you as always, man. Have a wonderful rest of your day. In a bit, I was just about to end it there, and then Mark popped up at the bottom. But so I'll have a chat to Mark. Mark, are you there, my friend?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, mate. I've got like 5 minutes, if that's all right.
That's fine, mate. I'm bitter cold and I'm at work, so.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I've only a couple of minutes anyway.
How are you, man? What did you make of that?
There's nothing else to make of it, man. Like, it was a stellar performance from the whole team for the most part. I mean, Doku. I don't understand football. I don't understand footballing metrics. How the hell did he only get a 9.7 rating out of 10? I've seen players go
10 on their sofa score for what it's worth, by the way. So I think it's okay. Yeah. Some sites 9.7. I mean, 9.7 is pretty good as well, though. To be fair, man.
I know, but like, you get 4 assists, you get a goal. What's it? 35 out of 37 completed passes. He was borderline perfection. Like, his take-on rate was unbelievable. Like, literally one of the greatest performances I've ever witnessed from any of our players, ever. Yeah, it's a stunning performance. I'm mind-boggled.
Genuinely ridiculous, isn't it? It's like he was I can't remember last time I saw 4 assists from Man City player anyway. Like, I think he's the youngest to ever do it in the Premier League as well. I know it's just Bournemouth, but I agree. So what? Because like, if it's just Bournemouth, Saka would be getting 4 assists in a game and scoring a goal as well. And I'm not saying Saka in a negative way. I mean, just because he's a high level winger, or I don't know, Salah would be doing it.
It's a Premier League club. I mean, it doesn't even if you do that against 4 assists against any team that's like in any of the top leagues in the world is fucking crazy. Just like call a spade a spade. It's not like they just came up this season either. They fucking survived last year.
Yeah, I know. And like once again, who else is doing that against them? It's just so I guess you're a massive Doku fan immediately. Like, what do you think his ceiling is? How good do you think he could be at City?
So I watched them a lot last year.
Oh, really?
I watched quite a bit of French football, Belgian football, German football. It's part of like the fantasy football stuff that I do anyway because I play a lot of fantasy football.
Yeah.
But with Doku, like I was just looking for him to be able to like make the right incisions and the right passes. He didn't do it a lot. He maintained on the ball too often, and now he's starting to adapt that into his game. That's coaching right there. That's Pep. It's Pep all over, and we're seeing him like get onto the bylines. He doesn't need an overlapping fullback because he can overlap players himself by throwing like foot feints and stuff like that. So it's beautiful to see. And then he's able to like insert himself inside and get on the ball. His ceiling, I don't. I'm not going to go overboard, but I'm going to go overboard at the same point. I'm just not going to go to the extent I really wish I could. But I think we're looking at probably the best left winger City have had if he reaches his full potential.
Really?
Ever. The best one we've ever had. In a personal like opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if the kid. He's 21. Look at what he's doing. Like he's come into a system that's notoriously difficult for wingers to adapt to. It's the second hardest. It's the second hardest position in Pep system. CDM is the hardest in Pep system. We all know that. But like left, right wing, staying out wide, it's not his game. It's not what he traditionally does. He loves to cut inside, but he's taking what Pep wants and he's adding to it. And he's learning quick, so he's obviously intelligent. His acceleration is brilliant. So why not? Why can't he be better than Sane and Raheem? Or why can't he be better than Mahrez? Because Mahrez right now is, in my opinion, is our greatest ever winger, as it stands.
I think
as it stands.
I think you got a lot of point. Like he's been there.
But great, I'm talking greatness. Everything he achieved at the club, his consistency rate at the club, and don't forget his actual Premier League history. Like. Going with Leicester as well. It's him and Salah are the 2 greatest African wingers in Premier League history.
Yeah, definitely.
So
it's one of those things where, like, Mane's up there as well, definitely. But like, I think Mahrez definitely has more of a legacy than Mane.
He's way more of a legacy.
You watched obviously him last season, and like the impression I got from him was that really talented, but he didn't have this passing range. This feels like, I mean, it comes anyway. You get better with age, you just do. But obviously, it feels to me too much of a coincidence that all of a sudden his passing is just much better under the best passing coach in world football. Do you honestly think it's a City thing? Like he's playing with better players, playing with Guardiola. Do you think he's improving because of Pep, or because he just suits playing with better players, or because he's on that progression?
When I watched him last year, just on the passing, I always felt like sometimes his passes were like a half a yard too far ahead of his man sometimes. But I think we have some of the greatest positional players in the world, and that's also part of our system, that that makes his passes like fine. It's fine to be a half yard off at City. Some of his passes even today, like they were a half yard off, but players just got into the position at the right time.
Yeah,
like Rodri, when he was cutting back to Rodri, he came over to the right, played the ball back. It was slightly off from Walker, but Walker can get to a ball if it's 5 yards off. He's that fast. So, for the most, he has improved. He has improved though his passing.
I do agree. Passing is only one half of there's two involved in the pass, isn't there? And the movement's better, and a player's going to be, and so on. It helps, and I think there's an element of he's obviously just got better. I mean, he's getting better. I think he's better already than 2 months ago. I think you can see it in his game. I think his awareness of those around him just seems so much sharper. Not that it wasn't there in the first place, but just he's more alive. And then, of course, when you're playing with players smart enough to make the runs for you, and if you've got that ability, you just get better, don't you? And I do think elite talents get better. He's gone from me from being a player where I thought was going to be just a really good option, a really fun player, to one I'm like, oh, wait, I think he's serious. I think he's, like, as you said, I think he's gunning for that Mahrez level of greatest winger. And I think he's got, I can see bits of all our great wingers in him already. And, like, I don't know, Mark, I'm excited, mate. I'm giddy.
He has a lot to go to achieve it, but that should be a ceiling. If you look at his talent levels are frightening. He's arguably right now he's the best dribbler in Europe, and that's not even up for debate. He's the best at taking. He's literally statistically the best dribbler in Europe. His passing game's improved. He can score. He's actually quite calm as well when he shoots. He's very calm and relaxed, which is very important. He doesn't get too hot-headed. He gets a lot of bumps and nudges, and he just carries on. Like, he'll go at the ref a little, but he won't like get in the ref's face. Just from a distance, he'll be like, "What?" But he has everything that you would want them to have, and he's 21. So if you imagine he gets hopefully a couple more years under Pep of coaching, and he keeps going the way he's going, and sky's the limit. It really is the limit. Sky is the limit.
That's a perfect way to end this video, mate. I've got to shoot and go and get the little girl for some food and so on. But Mark, you're an absolute superstar, man. Thank you for joining me on the Jeremy Doku hype train. It's always an absolute pleasure to chat to you, man. Have a wonderful evening.
Grazie.
Grazie. In a bit, Mark. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video. As always, go check out my match reaction. I am absolutely running on empty right now, recovering from a little bit of illness. But I'm good, man. Jeremy Doku lit up my world today. Bernardo Silva did as well. Manchester City did. We are the treble winners. We are the champions, Champions League winners, the FA Cup winners. And we're coming, hopefully, for another Premier League trophy. If you enjoyed this, please like the video, subscribe, and all the usual. Thank you to everyone watching. Thank you to Pete as well for being a member. A brilliant showing. Indeed, Pete, my man. And, of course, William. Thank you for joining me. I didn't realize it was you, William, when I was chatting to you. You were great, mate. Don't worry about it at all. I ramble more than enough for anyone. Thank you, of course, to Omolemo, Mark, Keval, and Scott as well. All legends. City 6-1 Bournemouth. Beautiful stuff. In a bit. Bye-bye.